Hello friends, welcome to YouTube channel Edupedo Info. If you have not subscribed our channel, then first of all subscribe my channel so that you can get the latest update from us. Today we are going to tell you about the CBSE class 10th science chapter which name is chemical equation and reaction. We are going to deal you about the chemical reaction and its types. So let's start. What is a chemical reaction? The chemical reaction is the process in which nature and identity of the substance changes. For example, the rusting of iron nail, spoiling of food, curding of milk, and oxidation of food inside our body, all these are chemical processes. But besides these processes, there are a number of activities is going through surrounding. All of these are chemical changes. Basically, the chemical change is the new substance is formed. That's mean if we cook the food, we cannot get the exact constituents of the vegetables after cooking. So that is called the chemical reaction. So now let's talk about the types of chemical reaction. So there are 4 types of chemical reaction. First one is combination reaction. Second is decomposition reaction. Third is displacement reaction. And fourth is oxidation reaction. We deal each reaction type in detail. First of all, we deal about the combination reaction. So what is combination? As the name suggests, combination reaction is the combination of 2 or more than 2 reactants to form a single product. For example, on your screen there are 3 examples. When the magnesium combined with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. When the hydrogen combined with the oxygen, it forms water molecules, and so on. So this is combination reaction, means the addition of 2 or more products. Now when we talk about the decomposition reaction, decomposition means breaking down. That means a single reactant break down into 2 or more products, and the breakdown is dependent on various types. That means when the heat is used, then thermal decomposition is occur. When electricity is used, the electrical decomposition is occur. And when the photo, that means the light used in the reaction, then that type of decomposition is called photo decomposition. So let's talk about thermal decomposition. The reaction in which a single reactant break down into 2 or more product by using heat energy is called thermal decomposition. For example, if we heat the calcium carbonate, it break down into 2 product, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gases evolved in this reaction. So this is thermal decomposition. When we talk about the electrical decomposition means we use the electricity to break down the substance. Here is the very simple example. When we pass the electricity from the water, it breaks down into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So such type of reactions is called electrical decomposition. When we talk about the photo decomposition reaction, we use light. When we put the silver chloride powder in a china dish to expose in sunlight the silver and chlorine gas. The silver is formed in solid state and the chlorine released from in the form of gas. So this type of reaction is called photo decomposition because light is used in this reaction. Now we come to the next displacement reaction. Displacement, as the name suggests, displacement means to substitute somebody. So here is the in this reaction, the more reactive element displace the less reactive element from a compound. For example, Magnesium, when reacted with HCl, hydrochloric acid, it displaces the hydrogen from the HCl and form the magnesium chloride, and hydrogen is evolved in the form of gas. So this is the example of an displacement reaction. The next reaction, that's mean the types of displacement reaction. So displacement reaction is two types: single displacement reaction, in which the only a single element displaces the another element. But we when talk about a double displacement reaction, in this reaction the two elements displaces to each other. For example, when we talk about AgNO3, silver nitrate and sodium chloride, in this reaction silver displaces the sodium and sodium occupy the silver position in the silver nitrate. So in this way they form the double displacement reaction. Now talk about the next reaction. So the next reaction is reduction reaction. So what is reduction reaction? So basically the reduction reaction is the removing of you can say the oxygen is removed from the reaction. That is called reduction reaction. And in this reaction the example is not correct. It is the example of oxidation reaction. So when the oxygen is removed from the from the reactant, then the reaction is called reduction reaction. And when we talk about the oxidation reaction, so here is the example is wrongly put by me, so sorry for that. So this is the below given example is example of reduction reaction. And when we talk about the oxidation reaction is the reaction in which, now talk about the redox reaction. What is redox reaction? So redox reaction is a reaction in which two reactions simultaneously takes place. For example, reduction and oxidation, both reaction occur in the same reaction. For example, when we talk about the copper oxide and hydrogen, the copper in copper oxide, the hydrogen, when the hydrogen gases passes, it removes oxygen from the copper, and in this way the copper oxide reduces in copper, while hydrogen gets oxygen from the copper oxide and it get oxidized because it get oxygen. So here the copper oxide is get reduced and hydrogen is oxidized. So this reaction is example of a oxidation redox reaction, because there are both reactions taking simultaneously, reduction and oxidation. So such type of reaction is called redox reaction. Now these are the four types of main reactions. Now we are going to tell you something more applications of the reactions. So there is a very important topic, corrosion. So what is corrosion? The corrosion is the type of different type of, you can say, the reaction going around us. For example, rusting of iron is the common example around us, and black coating on the silver utensils, or silver you can say silver, and the green coating on the copper utensils. So these are the example of corrosion. So what is corrosion? So corrosion is basically when the metal exposed in open environment, what happen, the oxygen gas present in the air and other gases also, the oxygen, other gases and the water molecules in the form of steam or vapor and the other substances react with the metal and form some oxides, carbonates and sulfides, and in this way they corrode the metal. So this type of reaction is called corrosion. So when we talk about the exactly definition, so the definition is on the screen. When the metal come in contact with the humidity, water and acid, it be corrode, and this process is called corrosion. So corrosion is very dangerous for the economy of a country. Why? Because when the corrosion takes place, the millions of tons iron destroyed and corrode each year. So it, you can say it increase the, you can say it increase the our economy to extra pressure. So the next topic is it is also an application, you can say the example of reaction. So how to prevent the corrosion. So there are 4 ways by using paint. This is the common ways we do paint on outdoors, our windows and different type of articles. So prevention, the paint is the very common prevention, and using greasing and oiling. And third one is electroplating. Electroplating means that we cover the metal by different metal, unreactive metal. As I think you have seen in handle of cycles and motorcycles, they lustrous, very lustrous. So they have coated with the chromium metal, because the chromium metal is very expensive and it cannot be used in the making of a body. So that's why it's only a layer is used to prevent corrosion, or you can say rusting on the metal. So the next one is alloy making. By making alloy we can prevent corrosion. The best example of iron alloy is steel. The stainless steel does not corrode. So now let's talk about the next topic, rancidity. So what is rancidity? When the food exposed for a long period of time in the air, the fat present in the food get oxidized and food is not suitable for eating. This is called rancidity of food. That's when we expose the food in environment for a long time, what happen? It smell very bad and it forms various different type of compounds, fatty acid compounds, which is not suitable for our eating, and they get oxidized and different type of, you can say, if you eat that food, what happen? You can be become fell ill, or it may be possible it will be fatal. So there is the characteristic of rancidity, the taste and appearance of changes. That means the taste changes, the appearance changes, the food release bad smell. These are the 2 basic characteristics which can be identify the food is get rancid or not. So let's talk about the next, how can we prevent rancidity. So there are very simple steps. So adding antioxidant to the food and packing the food in nitrogen gas environment, or store food away from the light, or you can use, as you know, refrigerator at your home. The refrigerator is the best method to prevent rancidity. So guys, here are the I dealt with the reaction and type of reactions, corrosion and prevention. If you like our video, then subscribe our channel and do not forget to like our channel. So thanks for watching us, giving your valuable time. Thank you.